Okay, now this has been charged up overnight, so as soon as I unplug it, it's going to come on. Now this one, I can actually turn that off by just disconnecting the battery inside, which, by the way, if you buy one of these, you're going to have to put the plug in for the battery. So this one I'm going to put in here. I just don't know exactly where I want to put it, and it's going to be kind of hard right now. So this spot over here seems to be the best. So that's where we're going to put that. So let me turn on some lights. There's a deal. Let's buy them. Alright, so what do I need over here to drop that down a little bit? Good. Now let me take the back off. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do today. And there's a few things I got to do. One is, how many cameras do I have going? I wanted to use this, what the hell did I do with it? I wanted to use that wire that I just had, because I got to lengthen this. And I really only got to go about 4 inches, so I don't need to go where I need to put any of the actual conduit on, but I didn't know what the hell I do with that. Oh, here it is, with this cord. And I really wanted to use this cord for charging and testing the other lights, but I have a longer one. So, and then the back of the shed, or the back of the shop here, when I go outside, I'm going to need the longer one to get in here. So I guess everything is for a reason. Now, hold on a minute. Common, so that would be this one. On that radio, I'm wondering if it's really not the radio. Because if you can switch it, if it has the option of microphone, when it goes speaker mic, it disconnects the speaker and the radio. And when it disconnects the speaker, it has to, otherwise you end up with feedback. So I'm wondering if it could be just either the switching diode, switching resistor, whatever, I don't know what they're using. At that point, now what I like to do is put all these in here, but they're not going to fit in there. Well, they could actually fit in there. What side? Let me see. If this goes this way, yeah, they could fit in there. I can put them in on this side. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that because it's long enough without it. I should have done that before I put the ends on it. Anyhow. Put these in here. This way the connections will also be inside instead of outside. Okay, so the common was, okay, this one. Right here. So is it just a button, you know, a program, you know, where it's like beep, 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 and it switches it? I don't know. I don't know. Whoa. See, the book, well, maybe after I get my glasses, I'll be able to read the damn thing. I'm glad that I had gone to this eye doctor, though, because this problem has been going on for some time. Would you just see what I just did? Ah. Someday I'll grow up. I put those through, but I forgot to put this through here. Okay, now I got, okay, which is which again? Up, easy. There you go.
Babe,
Yeah, babe.
I'm gonna go down to Big Y.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Finish getting what I didn't get it yesterday.
All right, baby. I love you.
What?
Well, you got the list. Never mind.
What's on?
Well, the powder and stuff.
Yeah, I put it on there. I'll
Yeah.
see what they have.
All right, whatever. Don't go nuts. It can be generic. Now, I'm not a big powder guy, but sometimes in the hot weather, after I take a shower, I'll throw some powder. That one doesn't fit right. Yeah, I knew it wasn't fitting right. I'll throw some powder down my back. And basically all over the bathroom floor. And I noticed the other day we were out of powder. So I use cornstarch. I mean, cornstarch is just as good, if actually not better. I use cornstarch as a deodorant. I don't use deodorant, I use cornstarch. And it works just fine. I have no problems. If you don't sweat, you don't stink. That's the way I look at it. Been working for me. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the glue gun. And I want to make sure that these don't move around. I have to make a pot of coffee. I'm crazy. I'm not sure. I'm really not. So I'm trying to figure out my time with the fire proofs because You get a raise after 5 years. I don't remember how long I've been with them. All right, what camera should I show it on? I'll try it on any one of them here. Okay, when you buy this, here's your battery pack. Yeah, okay. Let me get this out of the way. Here's your battery pack. It's got a red and black wire on it. Well, this plug here is unplugged, so you have to plug it in. Now, just in case that it may be already plugged in, you're going to know as soon as you hook it up, because that's why I use that little temporary cord. If you plug it in and this light doesn't come on top here, that battery's not connected. And if I unplug it right now, these will shut down, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I just put them down like that. Now I just want to make sure that when I glue this down, as long as I keep it away from the edges and within the perimeters of the edges, there's plenty of room in there. And off your fingers. Off your fingers too? I mean, boy, you're asking for a lot, aren't you? I am. I put a little dab of glue on the end of this red wire that I cut. It has no power coming out of it. That's an input line. But I don't want to take a chance if anything shorts out on the board and it reverses something, and then the next thing you know, it has power. Now we're going to let that sit, and then I can screw it up over there. Let me tell her to pick up some cornstarch if she can. And you know what she's going to say? We have one. Well, what do you want to do? You want to run back to the store when we need another one? Get 2 or 3. You don't have to worry about them. It's not like it's $100 a piece. Booga booga. Hey baby. Hey baby. How's it hanging? Where are you? Okay, well I didn't know if you were in there or in the parking lot. Alright, if you can, maybe just grab a couple of cornstarches too. Alright? Yeah, well, I know we have some in the cabinet, but it's nice to have a little extra. Alright, I love you. Bye-bye. By no means am I talking about her. She is a great wife, a great person. But she thinks of today, not tomorrow. And with the systems the way that they are nowadays, you gotta think about tomorrow. Now, she thinks about tomorrow in different things. For instance, all the time that she was working, she always made sure that she saved up for retirement. So she was thinking about that, which was good. You know, but when it comes to things like this, it's, well, we have one. Well, I know we have one. Yeah. It's like we have 3 bottles of water left. Does that mean we wait until we're empty, or do we buy a case when we go to the store? Now, I'm over exaggerating this at that point, but you kind of know what I mean. Okay, so now we're going to take this and this over here. The plate that I just put up goes on here one way. It goes on where you have your 2 triangles on the button, and the button side would be either down or out. For instance, in this case, I'm putting it up against the wall, so I don't want the button to go this way, so I can't get to it. And I want to be able to take it off if I need to, so I want to make sure the 2 releasing triangles are also on the outside. But they give you more than enough light to get around without tripping and falling and stuff like that. Okay, so that one's done and it's charging. Let me get another one of those cords. I need a longer one now. How long do I need? For some of these I'm going to just wire a cord on them. Keep a lot of scrap cords. I cut the ends off if they're bad. Yeah, this one should be perfect. Good. I got coffee going too. And I got a couple of Pop Tarts out here. Hey Tuck, how you doing, little buddy? Now the one that's going to go over the generator out back here, I'll wire that right in, because I also have a motion light there as well. So I can tie it right into that, you know, as far as the power goes. The one in the house, okay, wait a minute, backyard. The one in the house, not that that makes a difference, but we remember what we're doing by marking the box. Those will be wired indirectly. The one in the basement will be wired indirectly. Cut your throat. Hey Tuck, how you doing, little buddy? I know, you're heartbroken. Mommy went to the store. He stays right with her. You know, but they're not just... And you know, we never taught him to be any type of a, what do you call those animals that they use for helping the handicapped? We never really taught him any of that. But he seems to have picked it up on his own. You know, just by watching the wife. See how the plug is out? It's right here. Well, that helps save the battery, because if there's anything on the board that may be drawing, you don't want to. So you want to plug that in to the plug right there, which is easy, not a big deal. There, done. All right, but you know, just by watching, they pick up. They know. I'm telling you. They are smarter than we are, really. They get to learn our words, our understandings, our feelings, our emotions, our habits. You know, and we learn theirs after a while, but you have to really pay attention to them if you want to learn what they're trying to tell you. Now, the wife pays attention to them a little bit more. She can tell you what each bark means. You know, if they want attention, if they want something. If they want something, and if they give that bark, she'll say, "What is it?" And he'll take her to it. Whatever it is he wants. If his ball goes under the couch and he can't get to it, he'll go find her and give a bark. "What do you want?" And then he runs over to the couch and he looks down under the couch. All right. But you gotta learn your dogs. You just can't think of them as being a pet. And some obedience training is nice. I agree with that. But normal training, they'll pick it up if you're patient with them. And you pay attention. And things work a lot easier if you show them attention and you show them love. And not just, "Hey, how are you?" and they're sitting there with the tails going. They want to be touched. There's actually something out there for humans. It's touch therapy. Well, it's the same with the dog. They want to be touched. Or any pet, not just a dog. Okay, so we're all set there. Now, what I want to do is remember to put this through here. There. And I'm actually going to cut these a little shorter. We don't need all that wire there, because this is going onto a cord. So I know exactly what I have. Come on, here we go. I found the company that makes those actuators, or those electronic, there's another name for them. Okay. I'm not going to be able to follow this wire, and it's not marked. Usually it's white, but if I can find my meter, I'll just do a quick check with the ohm meter. That's what I thought. So that one's the white, the common. Yeah. Now I know enough to be dangerous, but I wanted to make sure that the plug, the so-called common side, I guess, is the one that's larger. So I wanted to make sure that I hooked it up that way. And I wanted to make sure that the color was right. Most of the time it is. I haven't actually seen it where it's not. But at one time, though, I bought something that was 120 volts, 120, 240. I forgot what the hell it was now. Oh, the power supply. And you had to wire it. It didn't have the plug or anything on it. And the wiring was Not US, that's for sure. I don't know what the hell it was. But I had to, there was 4 wires. I didn't need the 220 side. But none of the code, as I know it, and I mean, I'm not big on codes, but as far as what they are, I kind of have an idea of what goes on around here. I mean, seeing that I putzed around with it for years. Am I licensed? No. But I couldn't figure it out. So I had to put a meter on the whole thing. One of them was a violet wire. I'd never seen a violet wire. I mean, it may be, but I've never seen one. So I'm not familiar with a violet wire. There was another one that was green. Well, green is kind of a ground or a neutral or whatever. Machinery, though, I think it's something different if you're using it like for machinery. Big commercial machine. I think green has another use. I'm not positive. Again, I'm not big into a lot of codes. But it was a green, a violet, a white with a red stripe. That drove me nuts. Yellow. That was the other one. I had no idea. I mean, usually when things are sold and so-called approved for U.S., you know, they have to go through some type of trial or testing or inspecting to make sure that it fits our code. Now, I have no idea if that's the case anymore or not. I don't know. That wasn't too long ago. The back wasn't added on yet, so I don't even know how long the back has been on there. What has it been? 4 years maybe? You guys would probably know more than I do. So it must have been 5 or 6 years ago. So I have no idea who's recording, who isn't, who shut off. Oh, you're still recording over there. Duke had asked me what the record time is on that. I really don't know. I never really because sometimes depending on the setting, and I don't pay attention to the settings because I can't see what the hell they are anyway right now. The way I talk, you guys must think I'm totally blind, but it's really not. At one time it would record for like 4 or 5 minutes and shut off. Now I have it on loop right now, so now it also depends on how big your SD card is. I think that one's a 64. This one's a 64. This is just working on its internal memory. But I'm not positive. But and when I bought that, because that's another thing he said, he's been looking, and he's finding them like $200 and $300 that I must have bought it used, you know, because they find them used on eBay for $69 or something. I bought it new, and it was on Amazon when I bought it. Now it might have been a special. I actually did a video on it the day I bought it. I don't remember how long ago it was though. I think the back was done. Come on, you got a dryer, aren't you? What kind of glue do I have here? Hot glue, but it doesn't dry. So we can call it hot goop. because I'm going to have to put it in front of the air conditioner. Just stay enough to set. So I can get a little bit more on you over here. Help you along a little bit. There. Okay. You happy now? Don't worry. Be happy. Alright, so that's set. That's plugged in. It's not going to do anything because the battery has no type of charge on it at this point. However, it would probably charge up enough to test it within 10 minutes. Now this only goes on one way. And I'll go through that. Now this is going to go outside. I'm going to put it up next to the cameras and the birdhouses and in that area, so it'll kind of give me a little bit of a pattern. Actually, no, I'd rather have it back here. For a minute I was thinking about putting it on the power shed. But I'd rather have the light that way instead of this way, if you know what I mean. Alright, not quite. I don't want to start doing anything with it until I know it sets up enough to do something with it, because I don't want to disturb it and have it go cuckoo. And you're still recording. Alright. What was that remark, Val? Val made a remark, something about with the 360. She was trying to keep up with me, running around the shop. And, well, that's me. No wonder I'm worn out, my back hurts. So, alright, so this one's still going? Yeah, this one shut down. The camera, the phone shut down. So I'm going to take you guys out here for a minute. Let me turn you off.